Today I'm doing a quick review of these Bliz Fusion glasses. I'll also briefly compare them with the Oakley Sutro and these cheap ST100 glasses from Decathlon. So in the box you get the glasses themselves, and what strikes you immediately is the beautiful mirror finish lens, the relatively chunky frame and the prominent branding. You also get a jawbone that allows you to change the color of the lower half of the frame, and this nose piece with which you can remove it entirely if you prefer that look. We'll forward through the boring stuff, a pouch to protect the glasses and an info booklet. The box doubles up as a carrying case for the glasses, and when the glasses aren't in it, you can fold it too. Now let's talk about the glasses. I know my handsomeness can be distracting since I'm wearing these cool shades, but try to focus on what I'm saying. First, the looks. When out on a bike, these look fantastic. I love the fact that you can change the look significantly by replacing the jawbone or removing it entirely. I can see myself doing that every few months. However, if you're not on a bike, forget about it. I tried wearing these to a mall and my wife pretended she wasn't with me. Now, I believe these are the best looking Fusion, but you can also get them in black and orange frames with different colored lenses. Coming to the lens, this is a polycarbonate lens with 100% UV protection, scratch resistance and hydrophobic properties. The material it's made from is supposed to be tough, have good resistance to chemicals, stress cracks and flexural fatigue, whatever that means. Bottom line, I expect it to have good impact protection. I like the bluish tint of the lens, but there's no contrast enhancement and the glasses are not polarized, which is probably a good thing. Like most cycling sunglasses, these are category 3 glasses that are meant for riding in bright light. Under running water, see how quickly the water rolls off compared to lenses that are not hydrophobic, where it takes longer. Now let's check the scratch resistance. On second thoughts, I'm not made of money. Come back to the channel in a year and I'll show you how they look. The frames themselves are very sturdy with a solid build quality. They don't interfere with the lens's wide field of view. The temples have a bendable wire core that retain their shape on being adjusted, so you can play with this to get an optimal fit. The nose piece is adjustable as well, but there's no place to attach a lens adapter if you really need prescription glasses. They fit well, were very comfortable out on the bike, and the vents at the top of the lens seem to help with air circulation and kept my face cool. We can now compare the Fusion with the Oakley Sutro. I've chosen the Sutro because these are the cheapest Oakleys you can get, and you're probably considering them as well. However, they are 1.5 times as expensive. Are they worth it? First, the looks. Of course, this is subjective, but personally, I think the Bliz Fusion looks far better than the Sutro. The lens design is more complex and the thicker white frame really makes it pop. And let's not forget that you can change the look as well. Also, the Sutro is very common and you'll see many cyclists using them, from the pros to wannabes like me. The Sutro has prism lenses which increase contrast for specific use cases like road or mountain biking. At speed, this is supposed to help you spot terrain details sooner, so maybe if I was a high-speed mountain biker, it would make a difference to my performance. But at my skill level, I highly doubt it. The Fusion has a fixed VTL of 14%, but Sutro go from 12% all the way up to 20% based on the lens you buy. Neither of these glasses are polarized. The Fusion runs cooler with vents at the top, which the Sutro doesn't have. On both glasses, you get complete coverage for your field of view and the frame doesn't get in the way. The frame isn't as thick as the Fusion, but it feels sturdy nonetheless. The temples are not rubberized, so fit adjustment isn't possible. You can securely fix a prescription lens adapter behind this bit. Oakley designs and tests their frames for high impact protection, so while the Fusion offers this as well, the Sutro will be better in this regard. Now, durability. My Sutros were fine for the first 2 years, but look at the current state of the lens. The reflective coating has peeled off in a number of places. I have cracks around the nose bridge and there are these spots on the inside. I believe I've taken good care of them, and the only corrosive substance they've been exposed to is sweat. Perhaps I've been lazy by not cleaning them after long rides, but for glasses that you pay over 8,000 bucks for, I would definitely expect them to last longer. No matter how well I clean these Sutros, it's like I'm using dirty glasses. So beyond just looking bad, my vision is affected as well. Now I know a few people who've had similar problems with their Oakleys, but on the flip side, I know others who've used their Sutros for similar lengths of time and I've had no problems at all. So I don't quite know what to make of this. Draw your own conclusions. Now, since I've only just gotten the Fusion, you'll have to come back in a while to see how they stand up to similar care and similar use. Now, when it comes to choosing between the Sutro and the Fusion, I'd pick the Sutro if you need a lens adapter, if you feel you need heavy-duty impact protection, or if you're a fast rider who feels the contrast enhancement would make a significant difference. If none of these matter, I'd pick the Fusion. Now, 5,000 rupees is still a lot of money, so I thought I'd show you what you'd get for less than 1/10 of the price, these ST100 glasses from Decathlon. They look okay, especially if you go into a bar and say, I need your kit, your shoes, and your bicycle. They provide a field of view that's very similar to the other glasses, except at the top where you'll see a sliver of unfiltered light. The lenses are polycarbonate and provide 100% UV filtering. Not surprisingly, they have a cheap build quality and plasticky feel. They fit okay, but not as well as the other two, given the absence of a nose piece. Still, I'd be lying if I said these glasses don't get the job done. If you don't mind the dated look, don't care for big name brands, or perhaps you're someone who keeps losing their sunglasses all the time, the ST100 is a perfectly good pair of glasses to start with. The other reason to buy these glasses would be budget. Especially if you're a new cyclist, don't splurge on premium glasses before buying yourself a good helmet, a good rear light, and perhaps a pair of gloves. After that, see how much money you have left over to spend on glasses. Now, between the ST100 and Fusion price points, there are other Decathlon glasses and brands like Zac Pro which make higher quality and better looking glasses that you can also consider. Now, I'd like to take a minute to talk about fake or off-brand glasses. For instance, these are fake Oakley jawbreakers, or as they're commonly known, Folkleys. Now, because these glasses go through no certification process, you don't know if they have the UV protection that they claim, for instance. So if you're out riding with these glasses, your pupils will dilate because there's less light coming in, but the absent UV protection would result in more harmful UV rays getting into your eyes, making them worse than using no sunglasses at all. If you crash, you don't know if the lens is shatterproof, or the frame might break in a way that will hurt you. So if you can't spend a lot of money, I'd stick with glasses from value brands like Decathlon instead of buying knockoffs or off-brand glasses. Sunglasses protect your eyes from UV rays and anything between dust and stones flying into them. At speed, they'd keep the wind out of your eyes, which could make them sore and dry. So I'd strongly recommend using glasses, any glasses, when you're out riding. What's your favorite pair of cycling glasses? Are there any deciding features or capabilities you can't do without? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, ride safe.